Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So, sister, I love to learn. I think learning is amazing. I think learning happens mostly outside of school. And this is coming from a chick who has had a lot of fucking education. So, obviously high school, 4 years university, 4 years chiropractic college, 8 years post-secondary education, $150,000, easily my education. And I'm going to tell you that the majority of learning will actually happen outside of school. It'll happen when you execute. It'll happen when you actually do. That learning by doing is one of the most amazing things that you do. But yet, and I touched on this just a little bit in the last podcast episode, we think that it's more information. That we require more information, more content. You need to listen to more of my podcasts. Which, by the way, listen to my podcasts. But that we need to read another book, or we need to, attend a certain seminar, and that'll somehow give us all the answers that we need, that we need to learn more. And, we have all this information we can get, right? Like, how incredible is Google? Like, what do you want? Google it, right? Like, fucking amazing. And listen, I'm 47 years old. I grew up in the era of encyclopedias. If you don't know what an encyclopedia is and you are young, maybe you have to Google that one. But like I grew up when it's like there would be like, I think it was called World Book was the ones that we had. I know there was Encyclopedia Britannica or something like that, but I think we had World Book, and there would be like A to Z of you could look things up, and then there'd be like a year, like what happened in that year, right? But, obviously with things like that and how quickly the world changes, especially now, like stuff would be so outdated, right? But, looking up things in books, now I can, like right here, I'm recording this podcast on my phone as I'm driving back from my chiropractic appointment. Like, how incredible is that? Holy shit. I can talk into my phone. Siri, give me directions to get to here. Siri, call my husband on speakerphone. Like, amazing, right? So we think that it's more information that we need to learn more. We need to have all the information, and then we can make a decision, and then we can move. When we have the how all figured out, fucking Christ, sister, that'll never happen. That'll never happen. You will never know all the answers. You will not always know how to do things. You will not have all your ducks in a row. The ducks need to be fucking shot. There's no ducks in a row. That's bullshit. That is another way of saying, I am scared. I'm not ready. Procrastination is, I don't know if I can do this. You thinking you need more information is saying, I'm going to delay this motherfucker because what if I do this and I look stupid? Like, let's just be honest, right? Let's just be honest. You don't need to learn anything more. You need to start doing. Learning by doing is the fastest way to learn something, right? Remember when you're learning how to drive a car? You might have taken a driver's ed course and you figured out, here's the accelerator, here's the brake, here's the clutch if you're driving the stick shift, and this is how this works. But it wasn't until you actually started driving that you got it, right? You can read all the fucking parenting books you want in the world, but it wasn't until you became a parent that you realized that a lot of that stuff in the books was just BS, and you had to learn by doing. You had to learn what worked for you as a parent, what worked for your children. There was no you just do this and this happens, right? I mean, raising children, Jesus, that's the ultimate example of learning by doing, right? Course correcting, this works. Okay, cool, let's keep doing this. Oh, it doesn't work anymore. Let's try something different. learning by doing, sister. You don't need to learn any more information. You don't. You need to start executing. You need to start doing. You need to really, what I'm going to encourage you to do is to stop worrying so much about what people think. I'll tell you right now, they're already thinking shit about you. It's already happening. So you might as well live your life based on how you want to live your life, based on what makes you happy, based on what you want, versus trying to make everybody else happy, or trying to like be the peacekeeper, or trying to like please everybody. That shit never happens either. What do you want? What do you want? It's not going to happen by having more information that you learn. It just doesn't work that way. So here's your more tip for today. Stop learning. No, seriously, let's figure this out. What is your more tip for today here? Your more tip for today. Well, this is going to be maybe something more that may happen in the future. I know most of my more tips are like now, right? Because yes, taking action, executing, doing something right away is the quickest way to start to move you towards results and the things that you want. But here's going to be your more tip. The next time that you catch yourself saying, I got to research some more. I need to read this book. This will give me the answers. Let me listen to some more podcasts. Or let me buy this online course. The next time that you find yourself going to that place, just stop. And instead of actually learning more, like putting more shit into your brain, just do it. Just do it. Now listen, I'm going to have a little bit of caveat to this. I'm not saying never learn. But there comes a point where it's like you just have to stop all of that and start doing, right? So for me to podcast, like I had to have a basic understanding of like how to create this stuff. My husband had more of the tech stuff. He kind of learned that. I was doing a lot of the branding and, but I learned this whole journey for me online has been learning by doing way more than learning by learning, than learning by taking another course. A lot of courses I fucking bought that I never did. Because action is what got me to where I wanted. Learning by doing. So the next time, again, sister, that you find yourself wanting to reach for, I need another book. I need to listen to the podcast. I need to take this online course. Just stop. And instead of you buying that book, investing in that course, which investing in yourself is good. Investing in your business is necessary. It's a good thing. I fully support that. But realize that you most likely are delaying execution. You're delaying action. So instead of thinking you need to learn more, just stop yourself and take action instead. And what I'd like you to do next, here's what you need to do. Take action. I want you to head over to drkarenosborn.com/live event. You're going to see 6 amazing women that took action, that invested in themselves and came to my Women Wanting More live event, which was just 2 months ago from when I recorded this podcast. And you're going to enter your name and email when you go over to drkarenosborn.com/live event, and you're going to be able to see the Women Wanting More live event movie. Like really what happened over 2.5 days. These women being pushed physically, mentally, emotionally, getting so clear on what they wanted and why, and then had the action steps and the practical tools to actually put that into action. And guess what? Over those 2.5 days, we didn't do a whole lot of learning. We did a whole lot of doing. And you're going to get a chance to really see that. And what happened to these women is they continue to do and take action 4, 5, 6 weeks after the live event. And we're still seeing the effects of that. And listen, you're going to have a chance. If you feel called to be at the next live event, which is by application, you're going to there's a button you can click on to apply. It'll take you to a form. You're going to fill it out. And you and I will get on the phone within the next 48 hours and really see if you're a fit, if I can serve you. I'm going to really just listen and to see if you should be at the next live event and have one of those limited spots, which right now, the January live event, as I record, this is now 50% full. So that's, again, over at drkarenosborn.com/live event. So I will talk to the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing, not learning, doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.